Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Temple is located at the confluence of Bhima River and Neera River in Indapur. Let me tell you interesting story about Narasimha Avatar of Lord Vishnu and his ardent devotee Prahlad. The four Kumaras of Brahmadev, also called Chatursena, were exploring the universe, admiring their father's handiwork. Bowing before Shiva, conversing with the Saptarishi, observing knowledge that every realm had to offer, roaming through all lokas, they had now reached the gates of Vaikunta, the abode of Vishnu, land of the liberated, the truly enlightened. Passing through 6 portals, they were about to cross the 7th one when two voices stopped them, the two gods of Vaikunta, Jaya and Vijaya. These two gods, Jaya and Vijaya of Vaikunta, were completely unaware of the four Kumaras. They were unaware that they were wise souls blessed by the Creator to remain forever childlike. Jaya and Vijaya stopped them from entering and said that only the privileged ones can enter Vaikunta. The four Kumaras asked their name and asked the difference between the names. Vijaya is victory over others. Jaya is victory over one's own self, one's own mind and heart, thoughts and action. Vijaya is external but Jaya is internal, and that's always the hardest. Only those who have conquered themselves can achieve Vaikunta. And they said that the four of them looked too young and have hardly engaged with the world, so they cannot be entering inside. The Chatursena tried to convince them that their bodies appear infantile, but they are the Manasputra of Brahma. But Jaya and Vijaya kept refusing to believe and insisted that Vishnu was resting and they should leave. Now the Kumaras were extremely furious, and they said that Jaya and Vijaya have sinned by coming in the way of their pilgrimage, and they will suffer for it. 4 tiny palms sprinkled water on them and cursed them that you both shall lose your celestial form and be born as mortals on earth. The Kumaras uttered that since Jaya and Vijaya prevented them from standing in the presence of Sri Hari, they too shall undergo separation from him. Jaya and Vijaya fell at the feet of the preserver. Sri Vishnu was aware of what they had done and shook his head in pain. Sri Vishnu said that he cannot reverse the curse, but he can assign it for a period of time. He gave Jaya and Vijaya options that they could take 7 births as his devotees or 3 births as his enemies. Once they have served those lifetimes on earth, they shall be free to return to Vaikunta. Jaya and Vijaya folded their hands and said that 7 lifetimes on earth is too long duration. They cannot bear to be away from Sri Vishnu for that many years. They would rather be reborn only 3 times, and even if that means that they had to be Sri Vishnu's enemies. Sri Vishnu warned them that the world will forever mock and burn them. Jaya and Vijaya smiled and said, "Let them all hate us if it means that we can return sooner to your love." As Jaya and Vijaya departed, the preserver gazed into their future, their 3 lifetimes on earth as enemies. In Satya Yuga, they would be reincarnated as brothers, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. In Treta, they would be brothers, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and in Dwapar Yuga, they would be cousins, Shishupala and Dantavakra. Reborn every time to be killed by Sri Vishnu. Sri Vishnu closed his eyes. 3 lives for them to lose their bodies, but to gain their souls. 3 lives to learn that Jaya and Vijaya were not mere words to be explained, not titles to be defined, they were ends to be achieved. Now we come to the story of Narasimha Avatar. The Brahmanda was in trouble. The Asuras had coronated the elder son of Titi. Shukracharya himself had placed the crown on his head as the new demon king. Hiranyakashipu's foremost thought was how to safeguard his own life. He started his sadhana on Mount Mandara to please Lord Brahma. 11,000 years later, the creator materialized. Brahmadev asked, "What boon do you seek?" Hiranyakashipu paused. The fate of his brother was flashing before his eyes. Varaha avatar of Sri Vishnu had killed him. Hiranyakashipu was not going to make the same error. He began composing the boon in his mind with caution. He was shifting words, adding clauses, modifying details, making sure that every possibility had been accounted for. He then said, "Bless me, O Creator, that I cannot be killed by gods or demons, humans or animals, neither during the day nor during the night, neither indoor nor outdoor, neither in the sky nor on earth, neither in water nor on land. No weapon made of metal, stone, or wood can do any harm." Brahmadev granted him his wish, and the Daitya emerged twice as malevolent as his brother. Now there was a twist. Prahlad, Hiranyakashipu's own son, was an ardent devotee of Sri Vishnu. The name of the preserver had become embedded in the very pith of Prahlad's being. He kept saying the only purpose of his life was to worship Lord Vishnu. When Hiranyakashipu saw Prahlad's unshakable faith on Lord Vishnu, he started getting very angry, and now he followed the path of adharma, and being a father, he tried to kill his own son. They tried everything. They got him trampled by elephants and bitten by snakes, but nothing happened. They pushed him down a cliff, but he remained unhurt, as if he had landed on the invisible palms of Sri Vishnu. They flung him into the sea, but the waves brought him back. Venom added to his food turned into ambrosia. Weapons feared to strike him, and assassins refused to slay him. The ogress Kritya was summoned to take his life, but her trident shattered as it touched his body. Now Hiranyakashipu's sister Holika proposed a diabolical scheme. She was blessed with a boon. Her body was immune to fire. So she prepared a pyre and she sat on it with Prahlad on her lap. Prahlad realized what was happening but did not utter a word of protest. He kept on chanting, "Vande Vishnu, Vande Vishnu, Vande Vishnu," surrendering himself to Vishnu. Soon instead of Prahlad, Holika was burnt alive. Now Hiranyakashipu tied Prahlad to a pillar and tried to kill him himself. The pillar split right through the middle. A strange figure came out of it, defying every anatomy. It was neither human nor animal, neither a deva nor a danava. It was none of them and yet all of them, an amalgamation of all forms possible. A transcendental hybrid, horrific yet hypnotic. Gathering Hiranyakashipu in its arm, the avatar now carried him to the threshold of the palace entrance. Thus, the Daitya was neither indoor nor outdoor. Twilight had just descended, making it neither day nor night. Narasimha placed him on his lap, suspending him between earth and sky, away from land and water. No weapon could kill him, so he said that his claws would rip his flesh. The demon howled as Narasimha dug his nails into him, tore his belly and pulled out his intestines. Prahlad lay prostrate before the god. Vishnu was laughing because both the brothers were dead, because he had saved Prahlad, because the first lifetime of Jaya and Vijaya on earth was over.